How come they get a good relationship? How come they're happy and I'm at home bloody crying about them?
You're going to see him post her on social media.
Like, how come they get that person and I don't?
It was brilliant, I'll tell you.
Hello, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is Jasmine, and today we're going to be talking about, is your narcissist happy with their new relationship, their new supply? So I'm going to answer that for you. So obviously you've been discarded by the narcissist if you're asking that question. You have been blindsided, you have been betrayed, and you have just noticed that they've moved on with a new supply. You're not happy about it. You're just like, they hurt me. How come they get a good relationship? How come they're happy and I'm at home bloody crying about them? I understand you, babe. I've been through it. I know how you are feeling. That is your ego talking, and that's your ego bloody hurt in that moment because they got a new relationship and you're still single and sad and crying about them. It's totally normal. It's part of the trauma bond process, and you're just trying to understand why, who this person is, and reframing your mindset. So I'm going to help you with that. So after the discard, you're going to compare yourself with the new supply. You're going to wonder what she has that you don't have. You're going to see him post her on social media, or him, either, take it how you want it. And they're going to post that they are having a great time, that she's everything they want. And the narcissist, you're going to see them as exactly who you met at the start. You're just like, whoa, that's the person I wanted. That's the person I was looking for. How come she gets to have him? No, darling, I just think that you've forgotten about at the beginning of your relationship, that's exactly how he treated you. He was being everything you wanted, everything you desired, and that's why you got hooked on them. That's why you went for them. And then eventually, they can't keep up the act so long, so the mask starts to come off, and they show their true colours, and they start to devalue you and make you feel like shit. And then you have some boundaries, and you're like, I'm not putting up with this. I want the guy that I met at the start. But they were never that guy. If you've left the narcissist and then they become the person that you wanted, you're like, how come they get that person and I don't? Well, because they're putting on an act. They're really good actors. I know you will stalk their page, but please try not to. See my other videos for reference. Anyways, if you do come across it and you have seen them post on social media with their new supply, just know that they are the next victim. The new supply is going to be the next victim. You were not different. You were not unique. They are not unique. They have not found the love of their life. Will the narcissist ever be happy? In that very moment in time where you're looking at them on social media when you shouldn't, but I know you are, yes, they are happy because they've got a new and shiny toy and it's amazing. Now, before you click off this video and you're like, Jasmine, I'm not watching you. You told me exactly what I didn't want to hear. Well, I'm going to let you know something you do want to hear. They do not love the same way that we love. They see people as tools to get their needs met. So they will love superficially. They'll never love to the extent that where we do. The fact that you're on the floor crying, they will never have that amount of emotions for people. They will never let it get to that point. They only let people in to a certain point, if not at all. They tell people what they want to hear. They told you at the start exactly what you wanted to hear. And for you, it was very real. For you, it felt like you had just met your person. For them, you were just another person they got validation from, another person that they could chase, someone that was new and shiny. But eventually, like you, they're going to get bored with their new thing that they're playing with at the moment. And then they'll go on to the next person and the next person and the next person until one person turns around and fucks them over and then makes them eat their medicine, which is exactly what happened with my ex's new supply. She basically got all his friends to turn against him. Anyways, not my story, but I will.
It was brilliant, I'll tell you.
So it doesn't always work out for the narcissist. You know, they need validation. They need a good reputation. You take that from them, you destroy the narcissist. They need that. That's what they feed off of. If they don't get it from you, if you're causing them issues and calling them out on their bullshit, they're like, well, I want my cake and eat it. Well, it's not always how it works. That's not how a relationship is. A relationship is, for them, all about them. For you, it's a two-way street. It's like tit for tat. You give some, I give some. They're like, no, I'm going to take it all and give you nothing. That's exactly what a narcissistic relationship is. At the moment, they are giving that person, their new supply, everything, just so that they can basically get them and take everything from them later. All they want is validation, new shiny thing, their social status. That's all they care about. They like the rush of the new relationship. And once it gets boring, they leave. They cheat. They do anything to spice things up because they like to have that exhilarating feel, the rush. The rush from cheating, the rush from the highs and the arguments, the rush from like all the contradicting things that you usually wouldn't want in a toxic relationship. That's what they desire. It's not a healthy relationship. Now, if you are someone who has always been in toxic relationships, you're like, this is all I've ever known. Are you telling me that there's someone different that doesn't act like that? Yes, they're the healthy people. They're the boring relationships. They're the ones that tell you that they love you and they do actually love you. And there's no bloody push-pull. There's no hectic arguments where you're constantly assuming that this person's cheating on you. That's what a healthy relationship is. With a narcissist, you'll be constantly feeling like that. So this new person that they're with is no different. They're going to do the exact same thing to them that they did to you. So do not think, oh, they're different. They've found their soulmate. I thought it was me. Hopefully one day they see my connection as that strong and they'll come back and they'll realize. You don't want them to come back. You don't want them to realize. Because if they're only going to come back, they're going to come back to get more validation from you. If they're going to come back, it's because they want something from you, something they're lacking. Maybe they want to cause more shit with their new person. I don't know. But if they do come back, it's to meet a need. It's because they're lacking something. They've realized that, I'll just go back and see if I can get that because I'm not having any luck finding anyone new. So I'll just go back to what was reliable and get the validation I need, then fuck off and destroy them again. That is exactly what will happen if you continue in a narcissistic relationship. They have no thoughts, no care for your feelings. And that's what you've got to realize. It's a very surface level connection with a narcissist. They will never go deep. They will never go deep with people. They can't. They will never tell you their insecurities. They will never show up emotionally for you. They may act it, and you may be like, Jasmine, I've caught them. They have been emotional. No, that was all for a show to shut you up. And I know you understand it, and I know you've been through it where you just felt, was that fucking real or was that a show? You think that, they broke down for me. They told me that they loved me. Bull. No. Your mind will construct all these stories. It will turn against you because you really believe that that person was your all. But your ego's just been fucking hurt from this relationship. And it's shown you exactly what you didn't want to see. And that's that they lied to you. But they just showed you lies. And they wanted you to believe who you thought that they were, but really wasn't. It was just all a fantasy that they made up. A fantasy that they wanted you to believe that they were such a kind person, that they love puppies, that they're just so amazing, when actually they're just very selfish individuals. This is how I think of a narcissist, and I want you to try and adapt it. I would think of a narcissist as whatever comes out of their fucking mouth is a lie, utter bullshit, and is for their own needs and validation, and has nothing to do with me. And that has no care for my well-being at all. So when I'm communicating with a narcissist, it's like communicating with someone that only cares about themselves, and it's a one-way conversation and it's gonna lead nowhere. It's like talking to a fucking brick wall where it's always their way, otherwise it's the highway. It's not even worth my time. So that's how I kind of take talking with narcissists or thinking about a narcissist. I just think that whatever fucking shit comes out of their mouth, I kind of roll my eyes. But yeah, that's what I've learned. It's just I take what they say with a grain of salt, and I never take on anything they say flattery-wise, because it's just utter bullshit. But anyways, that's my experience with narcissists. And yeah, they just will never be truly happy. They don't view love the same way that we do. So I really hope that helped. And if you didn't find that helpful, please comment that in the section. And if you did, please comment that too. So thank you so much for joining me today on my YouTube channel. And please like, subscribe, comment if you enjoyed this video. And yeah, have a good rest of your day.